Welcome to the Off Label Podcast, your twice weekly dose of sanity in insane world. Look, all these executive orders have just dropped. We're going to be talking about a lot about them. We got some other stories we will be bringing up on Rumble. Got Rokana actually explaining why he voted against the Lake and Riley Act, and it's kind of weak. There's a lot we got to cover. We might as well just stop at the games and just get on with it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have some fun tonight.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
They had already submitted the documents. This is why I'm asking you, when you said they were false documents, I didn't say anything else. What makes them false? It's the same as Hawaii. If you want to make the argument that Democrats did the same thing in 1960, I will agree with you.
Well, we're not making that argument because that's not what they did.
This is the point. In 1960, while there was still a recount going on and ongoing court cases, and it was so narrow they really didn't know which way it was going to go. Then they didn't even submit those or try to get them counted. The sitting president at the time until it was determined Trump's case, he got all 7 states after this whole process had been concluded. It wasn't close enough for the recount to flip it. The recounts had concluded, and he was trying to get not let's have 2 standing by because we don't know how this recount's going to go, but from 7 states that we know the outcome of, but I'm making false claims of fraud on them. I'm going to get Pence to keep me as president by accepting fake electors. Tim, for a second, because we're supposed to be debating them, I think, could they also try to defend this stance?
Yeah, because you're comparing apples and oranges thing as far as I'm concerned. That was silly. Yeah, like if a court decided in one of the 5 or 7 states that Trump tried to peddle the false elector scheme, that if a court contested the Democratic slate of electors, then I think you would have an apples to apples comparison. But that's not what happened. In none of the 7 states.
And it wasn't close enough to where they didn't know which way it was going to go.
Right, there was no actual ambiguity.
Yeah. Andrew, anything?
Ladies and gentlemen, I've already introduced you to Luke Beasley. Before we say our hellos and get started on the show,
Jennifer with the dono. Thanks for reminding us to post this on the Discord.
I'm going to go ahead and show you the real full interaction on this shit real quick, because this comes from the culture war last Friday. Now this, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, if you want to watch it, because maybe this is enjoyable to watch your little kids squirm around and beg a grown man to be able to let him speak, go ahead. I mean, the first hour of it is just this kid just literally just being like a crackhead with trying to speak and get attention.
He's a pompous little rich kid who's never been told no by mommy and daddy.
I was trying to be nice at the very beginning, but
no. I'm not here to be nice. We only have a couple hours to say what we got to say. So he's a pompous little cunt.
Okay, fuck it.
I mean, who just sits there and bloviates. I said it again. And he sits around with his friends and they all sit there and they just agree with each other, and it's like, yeah, you're right. You're right. We're gonna use big words to try to sound like we're smart. You're not fucking smart.
Well,
And then you use the same fucking tactics that the news uses. Because we'll get to the fucking Hail Hitler, which I called last night that the news was gonna fucking the news was gonna go all crazy for today. What up, Lewis? What up, Glenn, Zach, Muffin, Jennifer?
I was going to give you this whole little part right here before we said hi, but Davey's like, yeah.
But yeah. What's up, everybody? But yeah, no.
How's it going, guys?
Yeah.
I just didn't want you in this part of the clip, but Davey just said go ahead and said fuck it. Y'all are in it anyway. What's up, Stabbing?
It's like, what's up, motherfucker? But yeah, he's doing the same thing that the news does, where they cut off a little bit. And I guarantee you, because I've seen Andrew debate people before, he's just looking at him like, you're a pompous little fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And he slowed it down and put on some music so that way, because I guarantee you he was a little peeved off that he's like, aren't we supposed to be debating these two? And
well, see, here's the thing. That was like 8.5 minutes into the show. After like the first 5 minutes of them actually having a conversation, this kid is literally cut off everybody. 7.5 minutes into the show, he insults the guest, or he insults the host in his own damn property. And we're about to show you that. This motherfucker insulted Tim on his own property, on his own show, and then went on to try to take this clip like literally a minute later as a dig on Andrew Wilson. And just to show you what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen.
But I'm going to take a page out of our out of Business Party podcast. He has one of these. Okay? He has these. Yes, Biz, I took our shit. Sorry.
From Luke Beasley's own account. How it started. Andrew Wilson, the day of. Wake up. It's Wreck Luke Beasley Day. Then he posts that clip, right? Let's track it back. Just a mere minute and a half before that was made and find out what really happened and how the after effects of when it stopped and he added the music. Check this out.
The president trying to get the ones that
Let's
didn't. No.
answer the question.
This is the question. Because
I
we're
asked the
talking about
question.
Donald Trump's.
Oh, let me set this up first. They were talking about, the fake elector scheme, and he had brought up Trump, and Tim was like, okay, fine. Before we do that, this happened in 1960 as well. And he's like, no, because the courts know they certified, they actually pushed in that they didn't certify, but they had submitted the documents before the court had ruled that it was okay to submit the documents. Therefore, it made those documents false documents, invalid documents. Same fucking principle, right? This has a spike feel
all over it. Yep.
It is. And I can't stand this kind of shit. But listen to this shit. And they were talking about that. Tim wanted to actually get a point. Hey, Democrats did this in 1960. Luke, can you say that is wrong too? And he went to Donald Trump. I mean, he never answered it. We have no foundation on what you think is morally correct at this point. And you never get that foundation from him. All he wants to do is just scream and cry about Donald Trump. It's pathetic. I've already called it out. I'm not going to go any further with it. But listen to this shit. And I want everybody in the chat. When this motherfucker says this, and I give it a pause, tell me if you would not remove him forcefully from your property.
Actions.
Right. So we're starting with precedent.
We're talking about Donald Trump's actions.
I asked you a question.
Did the sitting president at the time try to get, after the court cases had been resolved, try to get the Democratic?
We have to start from the beginning.
Electors counted. They didn't.
Let's start here. Did the Democrats?
None of y'all are even engaging with that fact.
Are you going to answer the question?
You're going to go and spin and spin and spin because you can't engage with the fact that
I fucking hate his affliction shirt. I really do.
That
would you or would you not remove him from the premises forcefully? All you're going to do is just try to spin things because you can't engage. Nope. I'm sorry. You got to go. 7.5 minutes in, you've already insulted the fucking host in his own damn place.
He's pissed off from the last time he wrecked him.
Dude,
Listen, his asshole has not recovered from the last time Tim bent him over that table and taught him a fucking lesson. It's been eating away at him since Tim did that.
Turns out, before then, that Culture War episode you're talking about the day after was pre-recorded. Phil was hosting, and 2 women ate his ass alive. I mean, they literally tore that little, I'm not even going to say man, that little boy apart. They tore his ass up. And then literally, 5-6 hours later, that happens with Tim. Because Tim knew from that episode, Tim knew he was just coming on to fight and do all this shit. And this is why Tim was prepared for it this time. But it gets better. This is where it really leads into the conversation that he just took that clip from.
Trump was trying to get Pence. What was Trump trying to get Pence to do?
You are pattering.
What was Trump trying to get Pence to do?
You are pattering.
Can
we stop and go back to the debate?
Keep reading that.
Sure.
This is the debate.
So
what did the president of the United States do?
You're just pattering. All right. I'm going to say it again. We are reading a specific passage on what Hawaii did, and we are at a specific point in the logical question. Hawaii Democrats were not certified. They filled out paperwork.
That was a good one.
Courts had not approved anything.
The episode should have
Were
been
those
named.
documents yes or no, real or fake?
At that point in time, the recount hadn't even concluded.
Yes or no,
But
were the
when
documents real or
Trump
fake?
electors met, Georgia had
Okay, you're
already
changing the
counted its
subject
ballots.
again.
I'm explaining to you.
I am not asking you about
You're
Trump.
correct. If those forms had then been asserted as the lawful ones during the counting process, that would be fraudulent. Yes, but they weren't.
So they submitted documents that were unapproved, not certified to the federal government.
Which ones ended up being the ones that the federal government was going to certify?
Why is this?
That's not the point, though. The point was Tim was trying to make they submitted unapproved documents, which would be false documents, the same shit you were talking about with the alternate slate of electors. Tim is trying to get you to nail that point down. It is.
This is so hard.
Oh my gosh.
Why is
This
the
is
reason
stunning.
that it seems to be
I'll lay it out
funny that we're debating
simply.
you're doing
You
an
guys,
analysis.
y'all.
See, this is the thing.
See, this is where
You
it
guys
gets
are
in.
trying to present some sophistry as to your argument.
No, you
Now,
can't
hold on,
engage
let
with
me
what
make the
Trump
point.
did. That's exactly what you're doing.
I'm going to
You
make my
can't
point.
engage with what Trump did.
I'll make my point. Stop pattering.
And then will you let us make our points?
So absolutely. Though the
Okay.
problem is I'm
All right.
asking
Now
about
you
Hawaii, and
understand
you're changing the
Andrew's
subject to
face.
Trump. So let's go through Hawaii.
Mhm.
The Democrats had no right, by your logic, to fill out this paperwork and submit it to the federal government as the certified slate of electors.
Mhm.
Only after the fact did the court make a decision. Now let's go to 2020. If there is pending court decisions, and there were, Republicans doing the same thing Democrats
Tim,
did.
no, you're wrong. The circuit court decided that a new certificate was necessary.
After the fact.
Before Congress convened.
Yes, but
We're
after
talking about
they had already submitted the documents.
After the fact that they had submitted the documents, the court ruled that it was okay to submit the documents. And they're trying to say, but because the court ruled it, it's grandfathered in, but not now, right? Right?
This is why I'm asking you, when you said they were false documents, I didn't say anything else. What makes them false? It's the same as Hawaii. If you want to make the argument that Democrats did the same thing in 1960, I will agree with you.
But we're not making that
In
argument because that's not what they did.
1960, this is the point. In 1960, while there was still a recount going on and ongoing court cases, and it was so narrow they really didn't know which way it was going to go. Then they didn't even submit those or try to get them counted. The sitting president at the time until it was determined Trump's case, he got all.
Oh, hold on. Now, for any kind of entertainment or anything like that, you need a couple of things, right? You need a story. You need a plot to the story. You need a narrative to the story. Okay? And you need a design and where to take that story to end. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Check out this part. I love this. This is so fucking stupid.
1960, I will agree with you.
But we're not making that argument because that's not what they did.
They're literally saying because the details of this shit is completely different, then the whole plot of everything that Tim is trying to bring up is invalid. Even though it's still the same action, it's invalid because the details are different. That's that apples to apples comparison that they always say. You're talking apples to oranges. Why? Because that shoe was red instead of blue. So therefore, everything you say is invalid. That's what they're trying to do. Listen to this. But you'll also see exactly what happened to the whole point of Luke trying to pause that part. But yeah.
This is the point. In 1960, while there was still a recount going on and ongoing court cases, and it was so narrow they really didn't know which way it was going to go. Then they didn't even submit those or try to get them counted. The sitting president at the time until it was determined. Trump's case, he got all 7 states after this whole process had been concluded. It wasn't close enough for the recount to flip it. The recounts had concluded, and he was trying to get not let's have 2 standing by because we don't know how this recount's going to go, but from 7 states that we know the outcome of, but I'm making false claims of fraud on them. I'm going to get Pence to keep me as president by accepting fake electors. Tim, for a second, because we're supposed to be debating them, I think, could they also try to defend this stance?
Yeah, because you're comparing apples and oranges thing as far as I'm concerned. That
was silly.
It's apples and oranges and silly because the details of the plot, which is the exact same thing, are completely different. So because the details are completely different, you can't compare them. It's the dumbest fucking argument I've ever heard against that. And I'm not lying. Thank you, Jennifer, for the $1. Did y'all ever see the Destiny rewatching the segment, bashing on Tim Pool, completely taking things out of context? I don't even try to. Nope, I gave up watching that fucker. He pisses me off to no end now. But yeah, he's kind of taking that Destiny spurg out kind of moment for this. But yeah, hold on. Check this out. This is the ending point for this, and this is why I wanted to bring it up.
Yeah, like if a court decided in one of the 5 or 7 states that Trump tried to peddle the false elector scheme, that if a court contested the Democratic slate of electors, then I think you would have an apples to apples comparison. But that's not what happened. Yeah. In none of the 7 states,
and it wasn't close enough to where they didn't know which way it was going to go.
Right, there was no actual ambiguity.
Yeah. Andrew, anything? Myron?
Well, what's the argument here? Is it fascism, or because you guys went into a whole other tangent?
Andrew, anything? Myron jumped on it.
And Andrew, like I said, Andrew's giving him look like you're the dumbest piece of. The best part of you fell down the crack of your mother's ass. He was definitely looking at him like maybe sometimes women should just swallow. Maybe.
Sometimes ain't only so bad.
I mean, ask fucking Spurgle or whatever Tim was saying he was doing.
Yeah, he was pattering from Tim, but yeah, Spurgy came from Andrew
Patty
there.
From now on. Fucking Patty's over there in his fucking I'm trying to be a hip cowboy shirt from 1982.
Patty Mc. No, what do you call him? Patty McSpur, but we can call him Patty McSpurgley. But yeah, like he literally just like, Andrew, anything? Myron? And Myron's like, yeah, fuck it. I'll take it up on your offer. You literally opened it up to anybody else, but because Andrew didn't jump down your throat immediately, you shut him up.
Which he would have loved.
He spent the next 40 fucking minutes roasting your ass over an open fucking fire to the whole point that where he was talking with the other guy. I don't even know who the other guy was, honestly. He was talking to the other guy. They were actually having a great exchange and talking points, and Luke was begging to let him talk. Literally fucking begging.
And Myron was right. You guys keep fucking switching everything up. You went from one thing to another.
Right?
The fuck are we talking about here?
I wanted to bring that up, and I wanted to show you that because on his social media, he's trying to act like he owned Andrew Wilson when he opened the conversation up to anybody. And because Andrew didn't jump on his dumbass, literally insulting the host and the person who owns the building that you are sitting in for over a fucking minute, He tries to say he shut him up. That was at the very beginning of the show, and the only thing that he could clip is to try to say that was a win for him. If you want to see a whole bunch of, well, I'll just say this. Andrew, you got the balls to do what very few people can do. You let him have it with both fucking barrels. You're not nice about it, and I appreciate the fuck out of that, dude.
We shouldn't have been nice about it.
No, he just he was more like us and Rob's chat. We tightened that tie, on when he was with Tim. He tightened the tie a little bit. On his own shit, no, he goes off. And it's fucking great. But yeah.
I don't know. It's just it's
that's what you want for your new media, though, right? For the left, that's what you want. Little clips like that to own. Oh, he owned. Really? Well, really?
I mean, the new media has this too. This is what they want, also.
Oh, God damn it!
Anyway, let's look at one of these tech billionaire oligarchs speaking at the inauguration.
My heart goes out to you.
Did he just say Kyle?
It is thanks to you that the future of civilization. And I just want to say thank you.
Anyway, let's look at one of these tech.
And of course,
can we talk about how his voice cracked right there? What the fuck was that? Has puberty hit yet?
He always cracks when he's like astonished at things. What? What? Like, it's just.
Could you? I mean, I know my wife hates it when I sit here and I do my little thing and just go the fuck off sometimes. But could you imagine if I was like that? I think she would have already smacked me in the face with a brick.
And everybody.
Thank you.
But you see, he did exactly what he did. What Patty did.
Mm-hmm.
He did exactly what Patty did. They just show it once. They don't show at the end where he actually does it twice and says, "My heart goes out to you."
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden it became, everybody was like, so we're just blaming autism and Asperger's? When a girl with Tourette's shouts the N-word, are we not allowed to say it's because she has Tourette's? No, she's just racist.
Oh, if you want to go into that, though, check this shit out. This is Senator Murphy during Elise Stefanik during her confirmation hearing today.
I have the whole clip.
I listened to most of it.
Well, I have a 2-minute and 35-second version of it.
Oh, well then let's throw yours up then.
Okay. Because she kind of gets up his ass a little bit about it.
What do you think of Elon Musk, perhaps the president's most visible advisor, doing 2 Heil Hitler last night at the president's televised rally?
No, Elon Musk did not do those salutes. I was not at the rally, but I can tell you I've been at many rallies with Elon Musk, who loves to cheer when President Trump says we need to send, our U.S. space program to Mars. Elon Musk is a visionary. I'm looking forward to his work in DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, and look forward to looking how we can be more efficient and effective. But that is simply not the case. And to say so is the American people are smart. They see through it. They support Elon Musk. We are proud to be the country of such successful entrepreneurs. That is one of our greatest strengths as Americans.
Let me share with you what a few Americans have said about it. Evan Kilgore, a right-wing political commentator, wrote on X, "Holy crap, did Elon Musk just Heil Hitler at the Trump inauguration rally? This is incredible. We are so back." Andrew Torba, who's the founder of the right-wing Christian nationalist social platform Gab, said incredible things are happening
So because pieces of shit white nationalists picked up on this and decided to have a rah-rah with it.
It's not really even that. It's the whole fact that they started freaking out about it. So yeah, they're just like, let's poke some fun at this. That's all it was. I mean, that's all this shit ever really is somebody like Nick Fuentes being like, yeah, your body, my choice.
Yeah. And then a bunch of fucking stupid bots on TikTok decide to say the same thing, and everybody goes, it's rage bait. That's all they're fucking doing. Like, when are people gonna realize this shit?
Mm-hmm.
But they don't see that. They just see it as, I'm gonna use it for political fodder.
What up, Rhonda?
They're just gonna use
What's going
it
on,
as,
Joe?
TikTok deleted your comment. YouTube
about eating a burger out of a girl's ass. Now you'll never know.
Yeah, I saw that part.
Oh, it disappeared on the YouTube side.
But I saw that comment's on YouTube.
He amplified the visual. The Proud Boys chapter.
Now I kind of want to know this
posted the
story.
clip on its Telegram channel with the text "Heil Trump." A chapter of the white nationalist group White Lives Matter posted it on Telegram. Thanks for hearing us, Elon. The white flame will rise again. I could keep going. Over and over last night, white supremacist groups and neo-Nazi groups in this country rallied around that visual. Does it concern you that those elements of the neo-Nazi and white supremacist element in the United States believe that what they saw last night was a neo-Nazi salute?
What concerns me is these are the questions you believe are most important to ask to the UN ambassador. I have a very strong record when it comes to combating anti-Semitism. We just had a historic election where President Trump earned historic support from American voters because of his strong leadership combating anti-Semitism, which has been a scourge across the country, skyrocketing since October.
By the way,
what?
The same motherfuckers, like that four-eyed dope, Hassan, who has done nothing but talk about how bad the Jews are for the last 4 years and how Palestine must rise and it's okay to kill Jewish babies.
Yeah, they're colonizers too.
And they're now and now they have a problem. Every single person who has a free Palestine or a Palestine flag in their fucking bio is now coming out and going, did he just put up a Sieg Heil?
Right.
I thought you liked it. You spent the last 3 or 4 years calling for the death of Jews.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden you clutch your pearls because that? Is it you like the Jews or you don't like the Jews? Which fucking one is it? You just, this is why we call you stupid. This is why we say you're dumb.
Yeah.
This is why we call you unintelligent. You want to say that people who voted for Trump were unintelligent fucking mouth breathers and we're in a cult? Who are the ones who put fucking a black what was it? Was the orange or black thing on their profile at one point?
Black square?
Yeah, the black square. Everybody put a black square. You think Trump has ever told anybody to put up a Trump flag? You think Trump has ever told anybody to put the American flag in their fucking front yard or put it on their profile pic?
He told him to hang Mike Pence.
And maybe some people
They erected gallows, a 4-foot gallows that he wouldn't even hang Wee Man.
But I
think Wee Man is already dead. That's in bad taste. Isn't he dead?
This is why they call you. This is why we call you stupid. Yeah, listen. But I'm saying, I call myself dumb. I understand that. I'm not the smartest fucking tool in the fucking peanut turd, but I'd understand. But I can still.
When he's justified for it, there's a problem.
But yeah, but these people have been sitting there calling for the execution of Jews, marching through the fucking street like, I don't know, the fucking Germans in the 1930s were fucking we're doing the same thing. And you're sitting here trying to clutching your pearls, playing with your taint about how all of a sudden Elon Musk, did he just, what?
Not to mention the fact Not to mention the fact that before the fact that this motherfucker bought Twitter in the first goddamn place, you were sucking his nuts because he was leader in EV. And then all of a sudden he said something out of the fucking way, and you're just like, no, we got to rein him the fuck in. And he's like, no, this ain't happening.
Yeah, once again, you fucking idiots lost Elon Musk. You lost Tim Pool. You lost Joe Rogan. You lost Theo Von. You lost fucking who else? And then you sit there and you have
flagrant dude. Oh, goddamn.
Andrew Schultz.
Yes.
But I even got one even better. They have just lost fucking, where is it?
You even lost goddamn, what's his name? The Breakfast Club dude. Charlamagne the God.
Here it is. Here it is. This is what I was looking for. You just lost Charlamagne the God.
Now, this is a fucking, I will say this. I'm going to be completely 100% fucking honest with you.
Cheers.
Just what I was about Anna Kasparian. This shit is real. You have to understand this motherfucker for a long ass time. Up until the Larry Elder thing. This motherfucker thought thousands of black people were being killed in the streets every fucking year due to police violence.
I mean, he hasn't completely, he's still
not
voting for anybody or liking Donald Trump.
This is a genuine wake up for him, because he was so committed in the fucking sauce and that whole, is that the one? No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not mad. It was
Because the
just
reality
like,
of the
whoa.
situation is Republicans treat Democrats the way Democrats should treat Republicans. And I've been saying that. They want to be nice. You know what's so ill about what happened this weekend? Michelle Obama said, when they go low, we go high. Michelle Obama decided to go low and say, F all of y'all, I ain't showing up.
That's because it came out that her husband was fucking Jennifer Aniston. and apparently and I can't find the article, but apparently
his husband?
Yeah, well, anyway, yeah. And apparently Jennifer Aniston admitted that it happened. So yeah, no, Michelle Obama wasn't going to be anywhere near this.
Play the Nelly clip. What Nelly clip?
I think I know what they're talking about. I got to find it, but let's.
But y'all still going high. For what reason? Michelle Obama is letting y'all know. Listen, I believe this man is a fascist. I believe this man is a threat to democracy. I'm not about to show up and play nice with y'all. But y'all still going high, and for what reason?
Yeah, you're right. 4 years ago, he wouldn't even get in the car with nobody. He said, I'm not even coming.
Yo, it was ill to me. And you know why? Because he said the election was stolen. Donald Trump said
he still says it.
He still said. So why? So you know why I respect what he did in 2020? Because he said something and he acted like he believed it, unlike the Democratic leaders that we have now. If you say something, act like you believe it. Michelle Obama said something and she's acting like she believes it. Barack Obama, the opposite. President Biden, the opposite. I don't respect that. I respect Donald Trump up there giving his inauguration speech and telling all of them to their face, y'all ain't pissed.
Yo, it was such an
I don't like none of y'all.
it was such an Elite Housewives moment. Like you couldn't. I was watching. I'm like, man.
I wanted somebody to say something.
And
I wanted somebody to say something.
They couldn't even. They didn't even move their face. I'm like, I'm not gonna get a face from Kamala. Nothing.
And his
like,
base loved it.
Yo.
Barack Obama walked in, they booed.
Booed him.
The Clintons walked in, they booed. Like,
Well, how about the fact that he
They booed him. They did. And I think this is the Nelly clip. I think this is one of the Nelly clips because Nelly was just getting fucking roasted. And of course, and Snoop Dogg's a grifter. I mean,
they all are.
Snoop Dogg's a definite grifter. And like I said, I give Charlamagne at least some credit for just being like, listen, Trump's just telling y'all you ain't shit to your face and you guys are just taking it. And you told me that he was a tyrant and all this. And then you guys show up. He's like, and then in another clip, he's like, I respect him. He said I wasn't going to, Trump goes, I'm not going to the 2020 inauguration. And he didn't fucking show up.
Yeah, black entertainment television is a thing, but you call it white entertainment television? Go ahead.
He was fine with me because I put on for my city and I try to bring my city up every step of the way. I did not know you was riding with me because you thought I would ride for who you voted for. I didn't know that. I apologize. I apologize. I didn't know that I had to agree with your political choices. And I thought it was the things that you do not the things that you say should be done. If you follow what I do, this shouldn't even be an argument. He's the president. He won. This isn't a campaign. This isn't an RNC. I'm not out on the political campaign. I didn't get none of that 1.5. You see what I'm saying? Like,
wasn't that what you were telling us?
Help.
Wasn't that what you were telling us in 2020? The same goddamn shit. He's still the president. He's still the president. Dude, every fucking thing, every goddamn thing, every bit of ammunition is always thrown back. It's like I shoot you with a damn bullet, the case ejects, you pick up the case and throw it at me thinking it's going to hurt. It's dumb. I'm sorry. That is an adult channel.
Kamala didn't invite you to
No. She didn't invite me. I didn't
invite me either, man. I was gonna do all at home.
Like, so, but I don't knock the ones that did. I don't knock the brothers and sisters that benefited from it. I don't knock the correspondents that may have gotten money to do that. I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this because it's an honor. I respect the office. It don't matter who is in office. The same way that our men and women.
I just want to bring up the fact that, what is this? Percentages voted to advance Hegseth to executive session. Fetterman only Dem to vote yay. Oh.
Wait, the date and the motion proceed.
Hold on.
I think Hegseth got it. Holy shit. Hold on. I got it right here.
What? Okay, yeah, you got it. Okay. Let me bring this down.
January 21st, 6:37. On the motion to proceed.
Zoom in.
If I can, hold on.
Hold your scroll wheel. There you go.
I got it. Motion to proceed to executive session to consider the nomination of Pete Hegseth as Secretary of Defense. 53 yes, 45 no's, 2 not voted.
45. Hold on. He said that was the only Democrat?
And where's Fetterman's name?
52. That makes sense. No, scroll back up.
Joni Ernst did too.
Well, okay. Scroll back up altogether. Out of 100, 53 voted yes. So that means 2 Democrats. So that'd be 45, 46, 47, 48, 40, 49 to 51. Last time I saw that was 52. If you do the math on that, something doesn't sound right. That means a Republican voted. Oh, Republican voted not voting. Okay, so that would effectively make Republicans a 51 majority. Okay, so that makes sense. One from each side didn't vote.
Here's what the dono said. Rick said it needs a majority vote.
It does need a majority vote, but it's going to be voted on right now because they're putting a motion for it. Hey, let's go ahead and do it. That's what I think. That's what it is.
Required for majority, 1/2.
So yeah, 50-50.
So he
still gets it.
Yeah, because it would be.
It still goes forward now. The actual real vote begins on him.
So let's go to the nays real quick and see. Markey didn't vote on him, and Paul didn't vote. Wow.
Rand Paul said he wouldn't.
Let's see.
If I remember correctly, there was something that Rand Paul said where he's just like, "Nah, I'm not voting on this because I don't want this to be I don't want to be the target of this shit." But
and did you see Sanders voted no?
Not
the
like
independents
that,
voted
yeah.
no's. I don't see any Republican voting no. I just see the Republican voting. And did you see they try to throw in a last minute Hail Mary with another his sister-in-law? said that he shouldn't be. He's a
Yeah.
danger.
Yeah. They had even one of Trump's fucking daughters going after his ass, and it didn't work. You think that's gonna go for Pete Hegseth? Which is another reason why I literally have to take a step back and I have to wonder, the shit with Matt Gaetz, is that fucking real? Because if it wasn't, why are you still not in the position?
Usually a confirmation needs 60. By approving to executive position, it drops to a simple majority.
2/3 of the Senate for. Okay. I get where you're going with it. Okay.
So what does that mean? So it's an executive session?
It's executive session. It's literally like, okay, we're not going to have 2/3 fucking vote on this. So it's going to be 51-49. Or, as you see with this one, 53-45. 51%, 49%. It'd be a 53-45 kind of situation. The same kind of thing as what you're seeing right now. The only difference is you get a Dem to vote no and a Republican to vote yes. But you could also see it swing in another direction. Bring that back just one more second.
Motherfucker, I exited out of it.
Oh, goddamn.
I should know not to exit out of things and just leave them up, because you always ask me every time I thought the conversation's over, you're like, well, bring that up one more second.
Well, no. I just want to do the math on this whole damn thing. Okay, so 53-45. You're talking about the simple majority thing coming in, 53-45. Even with the 2 not voting, if you add the 2 to nay, you still got the simple majority.
Yeah, 47-53.
Mm-hmm. You would literally have to take 47, 49, 50, 54 people away from that. Everybody's fucking scared right now because people are paying attention. I don't think that's going to happen. Let's see. B-Job Secure. Jennifer, thank you for the $1 dono. Please read Rick's post, please. Yeah. I think that was it, right? Is that what you're talking about? Or is that just late and I'm just now looking over there?
Yeah, Rita relied on the same guy who found the late Kavanaugh lady tried it again. Dude, once again, if you don't think these people are fucking scumbags. Oh, and on both sides, because Republicans do it too. These people are just pure fucking scumbags.
Hey, there are very few on both sides. Literally very few that I can honestly look at and say, you're actually sticking to your morals. And it shows. Like Thomas Massey. Thomas Massey was the only one that actually, we got to really get into the executive orders and shit too, but Thomas Massey was the only one that actually stuck to his guns with Mike Johnson. The only one that just said, nah, I'm not voting on this shit. We're not doing this. He was the not voting, or no, he voted no or something like that. Yeah, he did vote no on that one. But yeah, he was the only one that stuck to it. He did not change his answer like the other dude that did.
Well, I mean, we'll get to the executive. We'll start with something kind of light. Well, it's heavy, but it's light.
She's been covering President Trump's planned executive orders, including actions rolling back DEI policies. Yamiche, tell us about it.
Well, good afternoon, Lester. I've been talking to a number of legal experts related to the executive orders on DEI, which of course is diversity, equity, and inclusion as well.
I'm sorry, man. Were you up a little too late last night? And who?
Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
By the way,
I mean, you finished strong.
Trump had so many flubs last night. I'm like, well, there you go. There's another one.
That motherfucker's pushing 80 and he was out doing shit all day. He didn't stop.
Oh, he didn't. Dude, he was still at like 12:30. I was watching and he was still fucking signing things.
I had ended and the motherfucker was still going. I was in bed and he was still going.
I think I fell asleep. I woke up after he did. I fell asleep before he did. This motherfucker was just up all day doing shit. Attended three balls. Well, we gonna watch it again.
I'm serious. That was the weirdest part of the night for me. Covering the entire thing at like I think it was, what was it, ABC? Like you had left me with ABC News, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like after the fact and all the signing, and he's moving around. They're like, "Oh, he's got 3 balls tonight." And every time they said balls, bug eyes would come out, and they would emphasize the word. It's just like he's got 3 balls. Like, what the fuck is happening right now?
That's what I mean. They keep on talking about he incited an erection. You're like, what the fuck are you guys like? What is on your fucking mind? Every single one of you. He incited an erection. Chuck Schumer's sitting there, and he incited an erection, an insurrection.
Hey, Shovelface said it too.
Yeah.
But yeah, now he's got 3 balls. Like, what the fuck is happening in these people's heads?
Such a superhuman. He's got more balls than anybody on Capitol Hill.
But yeah, go ahead.
Legal experts related to the executive orders on DEI, which of course is diversity, equity, and inclusion, as well as
diversity. It's diversity.
Diversity,
equity.
Diversity, equity, inclusion.
It's diversity, and you can't make fun of me for it because I can't say diversity. I have to say diversity.
She was mad. She was up late, and she was so fucking mad at the inauguration yesterday. She couldn't even speak today.
EI, which of course is diversity, equity, and inclusion, as well as gender identity. The
That
Trump
forehead
administration
stayed
and
up
the
late.
President Trump are planning to sign an executive order where they would be saying that there are 2 biological
gross.
sexes, male and female, and to that end, they would be rolling back any sort of gender issues or any sort of gender things that are talking about.
She gets paid millions of dollars, and listening to her stutter is painful. You're on we stutter. We rely on y'all. This woman gets paid by a network, and she's like stuff and things. Use fucking words, madam. What the fuck? You get paid by a network to do this research, and you're like stuff, things.
These magical numbers say this because I say so.
Back any sort of gender issues or any sort of gender things that are talking about
gender stuff and identity things.
The way you were putting it reminds me so much of a fucking character, but I can't. Snuffleupagus.
Oh, Big Bird. I've got so many stuff and things.
I'm sorry. That was fucking perfect.
about anything that's non-binary or anything that is not specifically male or female. And then to that part, I've been talking to a legal expert who say there could be immediate impacts on that executive order, including in prisons, migrant shelters, as well as in spaces like rape shelters. That could mean that people that are transgender could be moved out of those spaces that they say align with their gender identity and instead moved into spaces that deal with their biological sex in the way that the Trump administration is seeing this. So we could see immediate impact on that. We also are hearing that the Trump administration is going to be changing the way that passports and federal documents are going to be used and utilized, and taking away those gender identity terms. In that regard, a legal expert told me that if you're someone who's transgender, who has a passport that maybe has gender X on it, they would caution you not to leave the country because you could literally be detained by border agents because you couldn't.
I mean, that's not a great shirt to wear. It looks like splatter art.
I'm sorry. That was fucking amazing. I saw that net.
It's the only things. Yeah, I know. That's what she's doing. She's stuffing things. He's worried about
Come
people
on.
stuffing things.
I'm waiting for the racism claim. But no, I just saw that. This comment right here. I just saw that. You know what the first thing I thought was? You remember those climate people who throw tomato soup on a glass in case painting and think they did something, throwing orange paint all over the place? And I just sat there and literally just imagined somebody walking up, dropping trout, bending over, and just diarrhea.
She got a glass table in her fucking room.
I'm sorry. It's just like the CKY jackass kind of style. I had to bring it back. That was just great.
Didn't have your gender entered into the system if the Trump administration is no longer identifying it. So that means if you're someone who leaves the country, you could literally not be let back in until the State Department issued you a passport that said you were either male or female. So really need to look out for those immediate consequences. I've also been talking to people about these DEI programs. And one expert at the NAACP Legal Defense Fund told me that it's a big question what exact programs are going to be targeted. But they said to me that if it prohibits anything that deals with discrimination on race or gender, while they might see real legal challenges there, those could also be immediately implemented. And they expect, though, to have a lot of lawsuits related to that. But that even with the Trump administration, presidents have the ability to do what they want when it comes to dealing with the federal government's issuance of these programs. So definitely a big fight ahead. And also, though, immediate impact that we expect, Lester.
Oh, there was no racism claim. I am disappointed. I'm sorry. I'm not really disappointed, but I do want to bring this up before we get into the executive order shit, because it's about that time. We fucked around on entire side of YouTube, but you know what? Fuck it. Because YouTube, no, check this out. We did bring this up before. YouTube cut the live like 18 minutes in or something like that for Davies' coverage of that. And out of nowhere, didn't appeal, didn't even have anything. By the time I got home to look into the fucking account, everything was restored, though I got the email saying they took it down for copyright violations. I have no idea. There's no post about anything of that, but they put it right back up like, oh, this is a mistake. No, fuck you. Fuck you, YouTube. But I wanted to bring this up. This should be from Kingdom Kingdom. We'll probably show it then too, but raised by Trump, you got Baron Trump. Oh, goddamn Nephilim giant of this motherfucker. Raised by Obama. Looks like a crackhead. Raised by Biden. Is a crackhead. Raised by Harris. The fuck is that? Yeah.
Hold on. I'm trying to I was
You're doing something right before we go?
Yeah, I was trying to trying to put on the screen.
They've already fucking no, look, we're on the radar. I swear to God we are. But go ahead. What you got?
Let me see if I can. Yeah, this is what I was trying to do. So Rick sent this in the chat.
Oh, this one. Is this his post?
Yeah. This will not, of course. It's talking about the naturalized citizen. It is a virtue of natural law and natural law a citizen of the United States. This will not, of course, include persons born in the United States who are foreigners, aliens, who belong to the families of ambassadors or foreign ministers accredited to the government of the United States, but will include every other class of person. It settles the great question of citizenship and removes all doubt as to what persons are or are not citizens of the United States. This has long been a great dissertation in the jurisprudence and legislation of this country. So I guess what?
That was not dissertation, but I don't see that word. Deciderum.
Dictatorum. Okay, got it.
Dictatorum.
Yeah.
Stick your dick in the mashed potatoes. What?
But the reason why he sent that was because
your screen showing.
They took it out of the Library of Congress.
What? What? I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen.
But I saw videos today that if you put in, you go to the whitehouse.gov and you put the Constitution in, you get a 404 error also. So I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Dude, I've had problems like we were showing it. What the links and everything that I was clicking on with MSN, MSN, not to last night. Like that shit was having a problem. Anything that anybody would send me, it would not come up. I could copy and paste a link. It would not come up. I had to search for exactly what the fuck they were referencing. It would come up if I searched for it and actually went to that. But any link from anywhere that I did last night didn't work.
By the way, what the fuck are they doing there? Aren't they supposed to be in the kitchen? By the way, you got 3 minutes.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your vision. But no, you can't listen, that shit is all fiction. Cause you hold the power as long as you're driven.
There's no way that you make it. And maybe you could fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Aren't you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Aren't you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back? Fucking fight back.